Hey everybody, Frank here from the Dudie channel. Thanks for watching this video tonight. So it's a pretty rainy day here in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera or not, but there's a lot of pretty decent heavy rain coming down. Been scattered showers all day. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a discussion video. So I think going forward on my channel, I'm going to start something called a Dudie Discussion. And it's going to be topics that are on the top of my brain here that I just thought are kind of relevant to my channel and things that are coming up in life. I thought maybe I'd bring up with you guys and talk to you about. So I thought today I would do a Dudie Discussion 001 video on buying private land or private property. So I'm from Pennsylvania, USA, and there's certain parts of PA that are really remote, certain parts that are very rural, acres and acres of desolate, land where there's really no buildings, not many roads, no concrete, no permanent structures, not a lot of construction, And then there's other parts of Pennsylvania that are very urban, very little natural places and, nature reserves and parks and forests and things like that. It's a very diverse state. The part of Pennsylvania I'm from has more or less, I would say, less, natural places and forested areas and more urban areas, unfortunately. I have a camp. Maybe some of you have seen a video that I did on the camp a few years ago. Camp my father and I built. It's actually up in the Allegheny National Forest. That's a forest maintained by the U.S. Forest Service at the national level. That's I believe it's over 500 and some thousand acres of forest land. Beautiful place. I'd say that's the most remote area in PA, at least one of them. Anyhow, down in southern PA, we just don't have as much public land to go to. There's a few state forests that aren't too far away from me. There's actually only one that's about 40 minutes away from me, and that's Forbes State Forest. It's very nice. I've been out there, for years, and I actually just did a little video there, a little day outing a couple months ago. You guys may have seen the video on the channel here. But other than that, there's state game lands and things like that, but there's not a lot of places you can go to and camp out overnight unless you own your own property. I mean, there's always resources, but it just seems like as far as, shooting a gun, as far as, having a fire, camping out, and being in remote wilderness, in a dense forest, you're kind of limited, in PA, especially if you don't own your own ground. And I'm talking about on a somewhat regular basis to be able to do this stuff. Sure, I could go to Forbes State Forest, but it turns out to be, I have a wife and a daughter and a house and, a lot of commitments and responsibilities. And being a young man, I just can't get out that often. Drive 45 minutes and go do a video, or not even that, just go have fun for the day and explore. It's hard to do that on a regular basis. So that's why I thought it'd be nice to buy my own land. So my wife and I have talked about it a lot. She's into the outdoors too. Not as much as me, but she's into it. And we talked a lot about maybe trying to get a piece of land, but it's expensive, in this part of the state, because there's a lot of people that want land and there's not that much land you can buy. And, it's competitive for sure. And the thing is too about buying property is, to the best of my knowledge, it's not financed the same way that a structure is financed. So I believe it's over, if you're able to get a loan or, a mortgage, so to speak, for just property, it's a lot more expensive, and meaning that the payments are higher because it's financed over a shorter amount of time. Typically a house mortgage is financed for 30 years or something like that. I believe a land loan is a lot less than that, like you know, 5 to 10 years max, maybe less, you know, and unless you can get something that's being financed by the owner. But regardless, it's difficult to get. And I always, you know, think about buying a piece of land just because, man, it would be nice to, you know, even if my house wasn't on it, it would be nice to get there, to have the place to yourself, to camp out wherever you want, to have a fire wherever you want, to make a safe backdrop, to shoot guns wherever you want, you know, whenever you want, and just kind of like have your own freedom, you know, go about your time and, you know, just do what you want when you want, you know. I like that idea a lot. Now, I'm just kind of curious, anybody out there watching this video, if you've ever purchased a large chunk of land where you're able to do some of those things, and if, you know, if you did it, how did you do it, you know. And we've saved up a lot, you know, over the years, saved up a little bit of money over a lot of years, and, you know, it's not much, but we try to, you know, look for the right place, but it's just hard, you know, it's hard to find something. And, you know, I'm very lucky, I'm a blessed person, because I have my camp up in the Allegheny National Forest, and I have a small house here where I'm from, and I have a lot going for me, but I always thought it'd be nice to own some land with some trees on it, you know. I know that out west there's a lot more public land. You know, the Bureau of Land Management, the Forest Service, Fish and Wildlife Service, and then state agencies have a lot of land. And I know that the public land to private land ratio is much different out west as you move westward in America versus out east here. But unfortunately, like I said at the beginning of the video, in PA, it doesn't really work that way. But I would love to get some land someday. You know, I always, you know, keep my eyes peeled and, you know, look at financing options and, you know, owner financing, or just sometimes it's the right place, right time. But more often than not, when those big places end up, you know, having, like, if someone owns a lot of land, it usually stays in the family and farmers and everything. And I've thought before about just reaching out to people, and I did that once, about, you know, going to a piece of land and, you know, saying to someone, hey, would it be okay if I, you know, camped on your property and stuff. A lot of people don't go for that, you know, they're not interested in it, they think it's kind of bizarre. You know, hunting, you know, is different. A lot of people will give you permission to hunt on their land, depending on who they are and what you're doing. But anywho, just kind of something that's been on my mind. You know, I was thinking about sharing it with you guys, and, you know, just telling you about it. Maybe down the road here, if the right opportunity comes up, I'd be able to get something. If that would happen, it would change. It would be a life changer, because you could do what you want outside and have fun, and I don't know, it would just be a blast. I got a, you know, pretty nice little yard here. It's not very big. It's pretty small. I'll show you guys on the camera here at the end of the video. It's a pretty nice little yard, you know, for like kids, and I just fenced it in last year. My wife and I actually got this house and we flipped it, and it was a foreclosure, and we redid it over the last 5 years or so, and it's a nice house. It's I guess for us, you could say it's a starter home, but it could be a home some people live in, you know, for the rest of their lives. But for us, I guess it's more of a starter home, just because I know we're going to outgrow it once we have more kids. So yeah, being thankful for what I have, and at the same time, I want to you know, try and find some land. So something to think about anyway. If you guys have experience with buying land, you've done it before, or, you know, you also want to get it, or maybe you were born and your family had a lot of land, you know, let me know in the comments below. Give me your opinion. Just kind of curious. Anywho, you guys can kind of see here, I got like a pretty decent yard. I'm actually working on a sidewalk right there. That's what all that dirt's about. I got a little garden here, and you can see the fence actually goes around the other side of the house too. So it's pretty decent sized fence. anyhow, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to tell you about that. That kind of concludes the Dudie Discussion 001. This video is for all dudes or dudettes out there that are, just interested in this kind of stuff and, the outdoors and any kind of, pertinent life discussion. There's going to be some, other Dudie discussions coming up in the future. Some of them might be a little bit more appealing to you, but anyhow, give me your opinion on that, guys. And the hunt continues for us some private land, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, guys, I appreciate you watching. Remember, get outside, have some fun, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.